Alrighty, folks. 8:30 at night on Thursday, the 22nd of January. So I put some muscle rub on here for that. I'm going to do the modes. I'm going to do Mixolydian right now. Explain a little bit where they come from and all that. But I'm tuned down a whole step. I just did a whole video, lesson video on this, but I had this drop D, which is really drop C, because everything's tuned down on there. It's going to be too confusing. So it's basically tuned standard, but a whole step down. Because I occasionally do that, the drop C and, you know, whatever, and other things. But D Mixolydian, okay? So here we go. So when I had it, the drop tune, I had to put on my baby finger here for the G chord, but I wanted it to be normal to make it a little easier on your guys' mind. D Mixolydian comes from the key of G, which means alright, so all the modes of G. You got E natural minor is also G major. So if I went, I learned that everywhere on the fretboard. You know, whenever I'd learn a scale somewhere, I'd find it everywhere. Alright, E natural minor, then you've got an F sharp, it'd be called low crane, it's a diminished mode, because when you do G, that's your last note before you, or your major 7 note before you come back to the G again. So that's a F sharp diminished it would be. And there's a zillion ways you can play. All you need is 3 notes, a triad. I just went through G major. Then you learn multiple places you can play a G. And I just went to a C. So anyways, F sharp diminished, you could do this. I just take the triad. No, it'd be alright, so F sharp diminished. Then you get to your G. Then your next note from up, G, A. Okay, this is tuned down a whole step. So we're going to work on the D out of the G major. So if I want Mixolydian, I just play any chord in the key of G, or you know that. And then I can just play out of all the blocks of G major. I'm just playing. So that's all. That's your Mixolydian flavor. I'm tuned down a whole step again. I'll repeat it every now and then. So when I play a D, you got in any key, you've got a major. This we're talking G major, minor, which would be A minor. Not the scale wouldn't be natural minor, but B minor, then C major. That's your 4 chord in G. And then D is your 5 chord, and your 5 chord scale from a key. In this case, D is your Mixolydian. So anywhere I want. I do a lot of arpeggiating. So here's a D bar chord. Just an A shape bar chord. I do a lot of this kind of arpeggiating. It's so easy to create badass stuff when you learn the do, re, mi, and understand that all those modal names are all in any key. It's all the same. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, in this case D, natural minor, and diminished. And when you know that, then you can create chord progressions and shit and scales and melodies easy. The hard parts take being willing to sit down and put the time in, you know, so that you can go anywhere on the fretboard for D Mixolydian. You know, so C, a form of C. And then you got dynamics if you play the chords, you know, this way. And you want it to go bigger, more dynamic and full, then you go to the big chords. Whatever, you know. And if you want certain parts of it, just so E natural minor, like I said, is also all the same notes as G major, C Lydian, D Mixolydian, E natural minor. It's the same notes. But if I start, I lost track of what time. I don't even know what time I started. I don't want to go over 15.